Jezebel. The name rings a bell, doesn't it? If you've read 1st or 2nd Kings, then you're familiar with the Phoenician princess who later married King Ahab. Jezebel is recognized as one of the most evil, cunning, and manipulative figures in the Bible. Not only was she a worshiper of the pagan gods Baal and Asherah, but her demonic, manipulative influence affected her husband Ahab, and she influenced him to worship them too. And it didn't stop there. She hated anyone who worshipped the true God of Israel, Yahweh. She used her power as the queen not to do good, but to do evil and to kill God's prophets, Elijah. He exposed the false gods by way of a contest between Baal and Yahweh. He then ordered the prophets of Baal to be killed, which angered Jezebel so much that she then threatened to kill Elijah, which caused him to flee. We know Jezebel's end, which was prophesied by Elijah. She was thrown out her window by her servants and later trampled by horses and her body devoured by dogs. She had been given a chance to repent after she had heard of the outcome of the contest and the prophecy of her gruesome death, yet she chose to continue to walk in the way of darkness. Yes, Jezebel died and has long been forgotten by many. However, her spirit still exists today and can manifest itself in the behavior or actions of people around us. We need to recognize these characteristics and be on guard against the people who exhibit them. One of Jezebel's most obvious traits was her controlling nature. We can see this from the way she controlled her husband and also her nation's religious views. She wanted to use her power to advance her own agendas, and did so without regard for those around her. And I am sure you will agree with me that there are people in this day and age who also have this same controlling nature. They may be our bosses, they may be our friends, but mind you, they may be husbands or wives. A Jezebel spirit is a menacing spirit that seeks to dominate and control another person. Controlling is when a person or group of people want us to behave, act, or think like them, or in a way that best serves them and their agendas. Beware of this spirit. Another characteristic of the Jezebel spirit is how it seeks to control or rule by fear. Jezebel instilled fear into the hearts of people. Whenever a spirit tries to frighten us in order to control us, that spirit is not of God. Whenever a spirit seeks to terrorize and intimidate us in order to control us, that spirit is not from God. So beware. Now, when you look at Jezebel, you may ask, why was Jezebel so successful in getting her way? Because she was a master manipulator. She manipulated events, people, and circumstances to get to her goal. That is manipulation at its peak. People may try to manipulate us through words, ideas, thoughts, and even guilt or seduction. This is how the spirit of Jezebel works, and we must be alert so that we may not be manipulated in any way. Watch out for these ones. They are like wolves in sheep's clothing. Disregard for and hatred of authority. In her mind, she had all the authority. This spirit is also evident in our day, as some people want to chase after their own selfish gain, having no regard for order or hierarchy. While Jezebel got what she wanted most of the time by manipulating, scheming, deceiving, and controlling, the spirit of Jezebel is strong. Know how to deal with the people who have the spirit of Jezebel working in them.
Hello everybody, my name is Jennifer, or you may call me Jenny. In this video, I will be discussing Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard. I'm pretty sure some of you guys heard of this case that's really popular about how, you know, the girl acting crazy in court, how she's conniving certain stuff, how she's trying to be a liar, how she's taking things and switching the words around, how she says Johnny be beating on her, abusing her, and then he has witnesses and proof that he didn't beat her, but he got beaten on.
I up and crying in my bedroom after I had dumped you a week prior. A week prior after you beat the shit out of me. Well, yes, you do, because you wouldn't have used that as a way to hit me. I was pouring my heart out to you. What do you do? Let me get it. Let me get it. Stab in here. That's what you saw, huh? You listened to me cry. And you're like, now I can get her. So what you think? You just do it without thinking. You do it without thinking, huh? You don't. Get a stab in when you can. You throw a swing when you can. And what win better than to win them on the floor? Because that's when it's really good to hit someone.
Not particularly well. I was quite confused as to why I had been summoned to her at that point, since all the news was just about the fact that I had allegedly done all these horrible things to her, and so I was talked into going there. I went and met with her in hopes that she would retract her lies.
The audio of the undated brawl played in court after he revealed new claims from another incident where his finger was famously severed.
I was looking directly at my bones sticking out.
For the first time, Johnny on the record, alleging his wife threw not one, but 2 bottles of vodka at him after an argument in 2015.
She threw the large bottle, and it made contact and shattered everywhere. And then I looked down and realized that the tip of my finger had been severed.
And while Amber has previously denied Johnny's allegations, he insisted it happened in Australia 1 month after their wedding.
I knew in my heart, this is not life.
And I want to trust you, and I feel like all the trust is gone. All the fucking trust is gone in the relationship because you keep splitting.
I'm not gonna be in a physical fucking altercation
Don't.
with you.
Then don't.
You fucking hit me last night. You fucking...
What about all the other times you split? Come on, you cannot act like that's about that. It's
Well,
not.
on a plane, I can't split.
No, and you hit back, so don't act like you don't fucking
I
participate.
pushed you. Tell Travis what just happened.
You told me to do it. You
Yeah.
told me to. You said, go do that.
I said, no, tell him what just
And
happened.
I lied.
And that you punched me in the
You're right.
fucking thing, and
You figured
in
it
the
out.
face, and you said, no, no, I didn't. What the fuck are you talking about? And I watched you lie, and then
I
I
didn't punch you,
and
by
then
the way. I'm sorry that I didn't
punched
hit you
me.
across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a closed fist.
You get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you.
You can't
I don't know
deck
what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
Well, people already know who Johnny Depp is. He's a famous actor. He starred in many movies. My first time ever seeing him was Ezra Scissorhand. That was the first. That was one of the first movies I saw him. He was with the Scissorhands. He played Willy Wonka. He played what do you call it? I forgot the other movies, so it's just an old movie. I don't remember. He also played in the Caribbean, the Pirates of the Caribbean. I love Johnny Depp. I never found him to be problematic. Johnny Depp is one of my favorite actors. I love his acting. I love the movies he plays in. I always loved how he had many characters and how he could switch with from being a shy emo guy who cuts hair to now this pirate. Like, I like how he could switch characters, and I see myself want to do acting, so I look up to him for stuff like that. But I just know that Johnny Depp personal life, besides acting, his personal life, he's not really a man that I really like in a way. It just shows how men, doesn't matter how much you like them and it doesn't matter who they are, they still think the same. Not all, but majority of them do. Like, they will always have like a female who's with them when they were younger. They always have a female who will be by their side and they don't give a fuck about them. But when they get older, they have money, they start doing stuff, they want a girl who's 10 times younger than them, and then they want her to be this honorable person, but she's using him for a status or something. Like, men I know will literally be young, have a female, they will flirt with her first or be with her first, take her time, give her children, but will never take her seriously. Then like 20 years later, they find a girl who's 18 years younger than them, and then they want to marry them, take them out places. Like, I know a lot of guys who are like that, and unfortunately Johnny Depp is one of those guys. Johnny Depp was married to his ex baby's mother. I don't know what to call her, because she wasn't even married to this man. She was with this man for over a whole decade, gave him children. I heard that he loved her, like he saw her and said that was his love of his life.
Johnny Depp had been engaged to virtually every woman he dated in Hollywood. But everything changed when he met Vanessa Paradis. When they were together, they were one of Hollywood's biggest and most mysterious couples, gracing us with stylish outfits, holidaying in France, and generally raising the bar for romance. From how he was stunned the moment they met and how she fell for him 4 years before they started dating. They crossed paths when he was having dinner with colleagues, and she was sitting with a group of friends. Johnny was struck by the sight of her back, recounting that his life as a single man was done the moment he spotted her. Her back, her neck, and then her eyes.
I turned around suddenly and looked at me, and I was stupefied, and then it was over.
You have this feeling. I can't explain what it was, but I had it when I met her. I saw her across a room and thought, what's happening to me? Luckily, they met again and engaged in a whirlwind romance. Just 3 months after they started dating, she became pregnant with their daughter, Lily Rose. And about a year after the back sighting, the couple welcomed her into the world.
But you won't marry her, saying that it's only a paper. But marriage is not just only a paper. Marriage shows the commitment of two people. Who does it like? It's like, how would you consider me? How could you consider me your love of your life, but you will not put a ring on my finger? You could think it's paperwork. Like, it's not paper. It's about more than that. It's about putting two people together, and you guys are now one with the ring. Like, it's more than just a paper. But Johnny Depp don't see that when it comes to her, because of Amber, he will get married to her. And there's a whole long story about that. But it's like, you have a whole female who was down for you, who loved you, who cared for you. You know what I'm saying? Even after all the situation, she still was there with you, saying that how you was a good guy. And you not even married her, you didn't even propose to her for over like 10 years. They were married for like, what, near 14 years?
Johnny Depp's ex-partner Vanessa Paradis has made statements saying that the star was never violent towards her. She has described Johnny Depp as a kind, attentive, generous, and non-violent person and father, according to court documents in his libel. In a witness statement, Miss Paradis said, "I've known Johnny for more than 25 years. We've been partners for 14 years and we raised our 2 children together. Through all these years, I've known Johnny to be a kind, attentive, generous, and non-violent person and father." Paradis added, "He was never violent or abusive."
Together 14 years, and they were talking to each other before that. So it's like, bro, like, and the lady, she seems more well put together than Amber. I don't even consider Amber that attractive. Like, I don't know if that's me, but it's like, she's not even all that attractive. Is it me? She's like the most basic white girl you could ever see. So I don't know how you would like treat your beautiful ex, whatever she was, girlfriend, to this woman who didn't even care about you, who literally got divorced with you for less than a year. She literally divorced you less than how many months. Like, she was married for you for over 2 years, and she already having money from you and everything. Like, it's like, Johnny Depp, like, are you serious? Like, I don't get it. But Amber and Johnny Depp first knew each other with the movie they made together, and the movie was about how he was being in love with somebody who was married. Like that Amber's character was a person who was married.
Maybe you're a mermaid. I'm from Connecticut. Stay away from her. She's Anderson's fiance.
And Johnny Depp wanted to be with her, but she was married. So you see how this works in real life. It's movies like this can really be in real life. Like you played a man who wants to be with a female who is married to another man, and you want to take her away from this man. I'm pretty sure he was doing some cheating things. I don't care what anybody say. I'm pretty sure he was cheating on her. The ex-girlfriend had how much money? So I don't know. Maybe that was something. Because who gives their wife that much money? I mean, not even their wife. The ex-girlfriend. The character she played was a female who was engaged or married to another man. And Johnny Depp character wanted her. So that's how they really fell in love with each other in that same movie. And I'm pretty sure he was still dating his ex-girlfriend. So, and she was married. She was married to this woman. She was married to a woman. So it's like, how you get from being gay to not being fully straight? Like, it just, I don't know, people say, well, that could happen, that can happen, but I don't see that really happening. All the lesbians I know, they don't like was turned from being with a girl to being with a guy unless she's not really gay. I don't know it's just how it is. But she got from being with her wife, divorced her wife or whatever happened, to being with Johnny Depp. That's how they was together. So they started all being together by being in this one movie. I didn't even watch the movie. I just researched the movie, and it just shows that things in Hollywood could be real life. That's how it's called. Hollywood. Hollywood is so demonic. Like it shows acting, movies, and everything, shows and songs that could be put into that person who's acting in that real life. Like it just weird to me. It's very weird. Like Jennifer's Body, now Megan Fox out here drinking blood. It's like these things are so demonic in a way. She did some crazy stuff I don't want to talk about. Like who defecates in somebody's bed?
That was as absurd and grotesque and cruel. And then I was shown a picture of what the problem was. I had gone to Mr. Bett and said, she's at Coachella. I think it's a good time to go downtown so that I can get some of my things, and get them out of there, especially the things that were precious to me, children things from friends, Brando, Hunter, Thompson, whatever, things that were important to me. And he said, I don't think now's a good time to go. And I thought, it's the perfect time. She's not going to be home for 2 days. And then he showed me a photograph on his telephone of...
Objection, Your Honor. Also hearsay.
It's a photograph, Your Honor.
As being relayed to him by Mr. Bett.
He says he looked at it on his phone.
I'll overrule the objection as the photograph.
What was the photograph of Mr. Depp?
It was a photograph of the bed, our bed, and on my side of the bed was human fecal matter. So I understood why it wasn't a good time to go down there.
Like Johnny's Depp, like her step kids don't like her. They had a wedding and they didn't want to be there. It's a big sign, Johnny Depp, if your kids don't want to be in your wedding. Like you didn't marry their mother, but you want to marry a whole woman who's like almost the same age as your kids. You wonder why they didn't want to be there? Like I feel like Johnny Depp, He's nice. I'm not gonna say anything about this man. I don't know. He might be mean. He might be abusive. I don't know this man. It's he say, she say. I don't know this man. So I'm not gonna defend Johnny Depp like he's paying for me to defend him. I'm not his lawyer. So I'm gonna talk about how I feel. I feel like Johnny Depp is one of those men who got caught up because of his age. He's how old? He wants a younger female. He wants to be with that younger female. But he don't understand, like, it's not about the looks of who you with. It's about the person you're with. And your ex-girlfriend was the right female. Like, many men don't even find that. Like, you are very lucky to find a female, not only in Hollywood, but she was humble and shit. You picked that female, didn't treat her seriously. I don't know what happened, but y'all left each other, and you with this new girl who didn't respect her relationship. She abused her ex-wife. So it's like you with a female who's abusive. So Johnny Depp, I can't really feel bad for you, like, cause it's like men like this, they'll never learn when they find a real female. How you with somebody for over 10 years and don't put a ring on her finger? Like, it just so, to me, I find it to be disrespectful. But you with a whole female, then less than how many years and got her a ring. So this is how Johnny Depp is. Like, I don't really feel bad for him. I don't really feel bad for him. So you did what you did what you want to do, was marry some chick you didn't really know. Like, she gave you so much Jezebel spirits, you didn't even see that. Like, her whole spirit was just so evil, and you didn't see that. Like, she said you abused her. She said you did this to her. She ruined your career. She almost ruined your career. You had a nice career. She ruined it. It's like she was competing with you. You know, so she obviously didn't love you, Johnny Depp. She didn't love you. She was just using you. So I tell people, like, be careful who you have in your circle. Be careful, like, cause it's real life, and that's real life stuff. Like, it's like men don't understand when they have a female who really cares for them, who really wants to see them do good. Don't ask them for anything. Don't ask them for anything. Just want to be there for them. They treat the girl who's trying to be there for them like shit. Don't take her seriously. Will not marry her. Get her pregnant. But when I get her, won't give her no ring, won't give her no house, nothing. But a girl like Amber Heard, she can easily get a man to do all this for her, give her a ring, give her all this stuff. And that's how it is. It's real life. If you find somebody who was there for you, Johnny Depp, why you didn't even take her seriously? She was there for you for over 10 years. You found her to be attractive. You want to be with her. She was the love of your life. You wanted to be with her. Like, that's how men be. They will want to be with you. They'll ask you out. They'll take your time. They don't want to date you. You don't want to know who they are. They don't want to date you. They want to talk with you. But then when you with them, you fall in love with them. They want to act like they don't love you. They want to act like you're the ugliest person on the planet. Like, I don't like that feeling. He better use his Ezra scissor hands and cut that girl up. I don't know what to do, because it's like you picked her. So you have to face with that consequence. Some people sometimes somehow Amber Heard is this and that. She is, don't get me wrong. But you have to put Johnny Depp accountability, because he's a grown ass man. Like, he should know who is literally not good for him. He should know that. Like, he should know that. Like, she divorced him. He didn't divorce her. She divorced him. Now he's in court, and at a court, dealing with this chick being crazy, manipulative, saying he's abusive, and he's this and that, and he's just everything bad. Like, he's not a good person, but people around him say he's a good person. She had after the divorce, she had $7 million, and she said that she gave it up to charity, and she lied about that. She didn't give it to no charity. You don't have, like, why would you lie like that? Like, just keep the money. Why would you say you give it up to charity? It just, like, it's just stupid to me. She said she gave it up to charity, and it just, I feel like she's just a liar. She's a liar. She's conniving. She's a manipulator. It's just like she lies for no reason. Like, he's just losing money. Like, $7 million from this man. And then you want to talk about how he's beating your ass, and now he lost movies because of that. Like, it's just, it's like she care about nobody else but herself. I don't get it. He been abused. She's been abused. She said, but here you are saying in audio how you hit this man. So it's like, this lady is just so out over the place. Bro, let's tell people, especially men, just because you got older and you're older does not mean you need somebody who's younger than you. You need somebody who's in your level, who's level-headed like yourself. You need no young girl. Like, stop with this. I need a young girl by my side. You don't need that. Like, I need a young, beautiful, blonde girl. You don't need that. All you need is somebody who'll be there for you, like the girl before who was there for you. who you take seriously. That's what you needed, not this new chick who's a Jezebel. A whole Jezebel. She's ruining families. She was ruining your career. She's ruining everything you did. And what she get from that? She's literally lying. People say how she's crazy.
I also gave her the CAPS 5. I don't know if you'll remember, but that is the clinician administered PTSD scale consistent with the DSM-5. And on that, there were signs of gross exaggeration. I also looked at the test results that were provided by Dr. Hughes, and on an objective test of trauma, there is a scale specific to intentional exaggeration on that test, and Ms. Heard was in the 98th percentile, meaning that she had engaged in extreme levels of exaggeration.
You were asked about intimacy problems, relationship difficulties associated with IPV, and you then said that there were some key differences.
Yes.
What are those?
So what you see when we're talking about the personality disorders is there is a very consistent pattern of the aggression, the violence, the irritability. First of all, it's escalated. But second of all, it occurs when there is either, for the borderline component, a threat of abandonment, a perceived slight, feeling like the person is about to leave you, about to walk away to get some space from an argument. It also occurs to a more mild extent, but when there's a loss of attention and a need to manipulate to try to get that attention back. But it's not, when somebody has PTSD, that irritability is sort of at a low, constant level, or it's completely random. For instance, you might have a Vietnam vet who went straight to bars for a period to get into fights with the hope that he would kill somebody and just self-destruct. So it's a very different type of presentation. IPV, it might be more irritability, but that's actually less of a symptom for female IPV victims. Usually what you'll see is somatic symptoms, the depression, a lot of fearfulness and anxiety, but typically more complaints about somatic symptoms.
So it's like, bruh, she pooped on your bed. She pooped on your bed. Like, it's like, why would you even, this is Hollywood. This is Hollywood. Like, I can't describe Hollywood as a person who wants to be in acting, who wants to be an actress. I would say I'm going to stay away from Hollywood because it's just so demon filled. As now I look at it, it's just so evil. I don't know nobody in the industry she was allegedly beating up her ex-wife. So she was fighting her ex-wife. So when it comes to violence, she's always in it. She's always into violence. Like, I never saw him, Johnny Depp, and I never saw his ex-girlfriend. I believe her name was Vanessa or something like that. You don't hear them going back and forth. You don't hear them in the court. You never heard her say he was abusive to her or her children. So I don't believe her. The person you was with for over 10 years, Johnny Depp, like he sent it to you, 10 years, never said that he was abusive. You could tell that it's her being manipulative. Like, he's not abusive. Like, how he's abusive to you, but not to anybody else in his past life. It makes no sense. Number two, it's like she's obviously is the most aggressive person. She's yelling, calling him not a man, saying that I just slapped you. You're not taking it. You taking stuff so seriously. She's saying all these crazy stuff, and it's like, bro, why are you so aggressive and so angry? Jezebel, the Jezebel spirit. Like, y'all know women that's like that, like, who will keep arguing and don't know when to, like, be quiet or don't know when to calm down. They get more hotter and hotter and hotter, and you're the most calmest person. You're not even talking with them. You want to walk away. They following you and argue with you. You all know who's mothers like that. There's mothers like that. There's sisters like that. There's friends like that. There's girlfriends like that. There's wives like that. It's just so irritating. Like, it's like, it's like people, it's best to stay away from people. It's best to stay away from people who are not good in your life. His girlfriend and his ex-wife are just two different beings. Like, it's just why I say Johnny Depp. You literally did not take nobody who really was there for you, Not seriously. Then a girl who was just messing with you, just ruining your life, you married her. That's these men. That's their karma. That's their headache. You just mind your business. Just mind your business. Because it could have been me. He didn't want to marry me, but he want me to go testify. He want me to go talk about how you're a good man. You want to talk? No. I'll be minding my business. Just living myself. Because when I was with you, you didn't take me seriously. You cheated on me and everything. Now you're with this girl who just crazy. Crazy. She's lying, being aggressive, just Celebrities are not above average everyday people. They're just like you, but with more fame and more money. That's literally it. People go through depression, evil spirits, evilness. They might be worse than you. Many people who are walking this planet with this Jezebel spirit, get away from them. They have this evil dark cloud around them. Get away from them. They're just so evil, and they want to ruin your career, ruin your life, ruin your family, just to make them seem like they're above you. Like, make them seem like they have more than what you have. Make it seem like they control you. That's Jezebels. They want to control you, manipulate you, and just take your soul.
Not particularly well. I was quite confused as to why I had been summoned to her at that point, since all the news was just about the fact that I had allegedly done all these horrible things to her, and so I was talked into going there. I went and met with her in hopes that she would retract her lies that the world was now had been fed. And in no way was she ready to do that. And I couldn't understand why I was there. Everything had been taken from me. My children couldn't escape the fact that all this had gone down. So
Objection,
I was.
Your Honor, the question was, how did discussion go? And he's talking about his children. It's way beyond the scope.
Just talking.
Sir, just wait for the objection.
Okay. I think he's describing the context around that conversation.
All right.
It's way beyond the scope of the
All
question.
right, I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Mr. Depp, why were you threatening to hurt yourself in that audio recording?
In fact, I wasn't threatening to hurt myself. I thought that Ms. Heard had brought me to San Francisco. At that point, it was clear she was under false pretenses. I don't know what she was after. So I had a knife in my pocket, and I just took the knife out and I said, "Here, cut me." That's what you want to do. Ultimately, you've taken everything. You want my blood? Take it. Have my blood. And then she said, "No." And then I said, "Look, if you're not going to take it, you want it. I know you want it. That's all I've got left. Take it." If she wasn't going to do it, I would have done it, because that's psychologically, emotionally where I was. I was at the end. I was broken.
Just stay away from these people. Because she obviously fits the description. She's a control freak. She's manipulative. And she's just crazy. She's hitting on people violent. Because Jezebel wanted to kill. He wanted to kill. Jezebel wanted to kill. You see what I'm saying? Jezebel wanted to kill somebody. That's same with this girl. She wants to harm him. This is what I gotta say to myself. Please be careful. Like, 'cause these spirits are real. They are real, and it's all in Hollywood. Majority of them are in Hollywood, and majority of them some of them is already in your families right now as we speak. Some of them, I'm pretty sure some of you guys have moms, sisters, girlfriends, and wives who are just like that lady. Get away from these people. They're not good for you. Beware of this spirit. I'm not trying to act all, trying to scare you. It's just real life. Beware of this spirit that's living in this girl. Beware of this spirit. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys really take care of yourselves. being in a healthy relationships, please take the person who's taking care of you, who's really down for you, please take that person seriously. Do not throw that person in the trash. Take that person seriously, because you will rarely see that. So please stay happy, be in a nice, safe place right now mentally, not just physically, mentally. Be in a safe place mentally. That's the end of the video. So thank you for watching, and I see you when I see you.